Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a little bit of experiment with powder and foundation, especially powder before foundation, which I've seen Jackie Aina is using this technique all the time and I'm a little bit skeptical. She's been using this basically to prevent any excess oil comes through or even sweat, especially on the eyes, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Let's try it out together. Especially in Malaysia, it's so hot and I just really want my base to be flawless and matte and no little bit oil, no little bit sweat, nothing. So let's try it out now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier primer. Basically, I'm gonna use product that I know it's normally work every single day. So I use this Laura Mercier primer first. Gonna set the primer with translucent powder, and then we're gonna be applying a foundation. So as I said, I'm using products I trust and use, so we can really see if this technique gonna work out. So let's start with the primer, and this primer is really good, very nice and hydrating, and that's why I don't know if it's gonna work. What's the point putting a powder on a hydrating primer? So not sure. I never tried this technique before. If you did, let me know in the comments down below, because I definitely want to know what you guys think about this technique. Every day I'm trying to find a different way to improve my makeup, especially in this weather. It's just so sweaty and oily. So if I'm correct, she's using a damp sponge. I'm using this one from Brush & Co. and just gonna set the face, I guess. Set the primer. And she's using a damp sponge to make sure that the powder really melts into the skin. It definitely mattifies the look and kind of blocks the oil out, I guess. You can clearly see now that it's like proper matte under my eyes. Gonna set mainly on the areas that I feel quite oily throughout the day. Yeah, I think it kind of mattified. So just gonna apply a little bit more powder here around my lips, because I get quite oily in this area. I think we are proper matte now. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove any excess powder on my face. It doesn't look too bad. I thought it's gonna look so cakey with the primer, but it just looks okay. It looks like matte skin. So now we're gonna jump into the foundation and we're gonna see if it's gonna work. So the foundation I use most of the time is this Candle's foundation Code 01, and from this I just apply 2 pumps. I'm not gonna use a lot, and I'm a little bit terrified what's gonna happen. So let's see. Normally this is like a luminous finish foundation. Oh, looks okay so far. I'm a little bit scared it's gonna kind of cake up with the powder we just applied. Looks okay so far. She's been saying actually you can get a little bit more coverage with this technique as well, and I'm more concerned about the under eye area, if it's gonna get caked or no. You know what, I'm just gonna go back with the sponge to see. But normally she's using a brush to apply, so it looks a little bit more dry, not dry, a little bit more matte than normal. So this mattifying thing then definitely works, because this is, as I said, it's a luminous finish foundation. I can't talk, but it looks alright. I wouldn't say this is my favorite finish on this particular foundation, because normally this looks like second skin. With this technique is a matte finish, So if you have very oily skin, then you can turn this foundation into a matte foundation with this technique. Okay, so I've been applying on this side already, and I do realize, I don't know if you guys can see my nose area here, it just kind of looks dry and very textured, especially here. My under eyes is, normally I use this product every day, I know it works. This foundation just glides on and it looks a perfect second skin finish, but I feel like this technique probably not for me, just because of my skin texture, probably, I'm not sure. On this side it's not as big as an issue, I'm not sure, honestly. If you have like super flawless skin, probably it's gonna work, but because I have a little bit of skin texture, especially around my nose, not sure. But just applied on the rest of the face, it's definitely a matte finish. I wouldn't say it's my favorite finish, and now I'm a little bit scared because now it's time to set the face. Do I really want to set this base? I'm not sure, because it's already looking a little bit of dry, and it does look like that it's kind of coming off. It's not nice, not nice. I don't know if it just doesn't work for me. And how does it work for her? Let's set it with a powder. Let's set it and see. Maybe all this grabbing of the foundation is gonna disappear if I set. We're just gonna go back with the same powder, same sponge, and gonna set the under eye. And we're gonna look proper cakey, I guess. That's what she does, so I'm just gonna do what she does. It does look very dry on my nose. Oh my god, guys, look at the, whoa, it's kind of, the foundation is kind of caked together with the powder. Even though you saw that I removed all the excess powder, it's kind of caked up with the powder and the foundation, so looking really gross. Why did I do this to myself? Well, we're gonna finish the video and we're gonna see the end result, and I'm not sure if you guys can see on camera what I'm talking about, but actually on my forehead is not as bad, because I don't really have skin texture around this area, but around my nose I do have, and my under eye too, and it doesn't look good at all. And I can tell you already, I don't really recommend this if you have skin texture, unless you have flawless skin and you're going for a lot of facials and your face looking just amazing. So okay, so I just went ahead and finished the base, and I applied some bronzer, some blush and highlighter. If you're curious what I used the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Shady Beige. I used the Cogendo blush in Coral, and the highlighter I use all the time, the Maybelline Mustard Chrome. So let's get back to the foundation and the powder situation. I hate it. I can honestly say I will never use this technique anymore because this just doesn't work for me. The reason it doesn't work for me because my under eyes is looking really textured, around my nose is looking really dry, and you can clearly see in person that it's kind of caked up together with the powder. So in camera actually it might look a lot more flawless than in person, so maybe this is for someone who just works in front of the camera, and in person it just doesn't work at all. So I'm not saying it doesn't work for everybody, it doesn't work for me, so you can try it out yourself. Maybe if you have like super oily skin, this is a perfect technique, because she's doing it for a reason, but it doesn't work for me clearly. So thank you so much guys for watching. please subscribe and like this video. I will be uploading every 2-3 days from now on. I really want to get back to this YouTube vibe and upload a lot more because I just really enjoy it, and recently I didn't have a lot of time, so now I will do. And again, thank you so much, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.